Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being with me today. We're back in Pine Valley Zoo again and we are going to be working with our bears today. So last episode we started getting the structure in for this new area up here with our two Formosian bears. Have I said that right? Formosan, not Ian. The black bears. Yes, we've got two of them in here. I may add more. Technically they don't live in groups bigger than two, but they're having a oh dear, that's an interesting bit of graphics, isn't it? I may re-landscape some of this a bit to smoothen this area off. Yeah, technically they don't live in bigger groups than two, but it's quite a big enclosure they're going to have, so that I probably will add a few more in it anyway. So I've had a few ideas for this, because at the moment their enclosure is too big. Without a doubt it's too big, because they've got all of that and that's too much. So what I'm going to do is actually make it a bit more of a long thin strip. So I'm going to bring it right in here and up here, and then it can widen out potentially over this way a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to cut a big chunk of this off over here. I need to get the pond in place. So the pond's going to be here and the water's going to flow down here. I've got a bit of an idea of roughly how I'm going to try and do that with the railway. And then what I want to do down here is have another pond, and I want to have a restaurant built right on the edge of the pond, with a sort of a viewing area where people can sit down and eat and then look at the bears swimming in the pond. That's the basic idea. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do today, right now. And let's just see how it goes. So the pond at the top here doesn't need to be particularly big. It's just going to be a fairly basic pond, something like that. I'm going to smooth it off, because I want them to be able to get in and out of it quite easily. I certainly don't want all these steep sides. So what I need to do is just smooth it off over this way, and then get the old smooth tool out. Let's whack this up a bit. You know, as long as they can get in and out both sides, that looks okay. Now what I'll have to do here, I will have to put a little glass barrier across this bit, won't I, to try and hold the water in. And then somehow the water's going to flow this way as well. Cool. Just, yeah, something like that. That looks pretty good to me. So how am I going to do this? This is always going to be the tricky bit, is trying to get the glass barrier in the right place. It's basically that I think the way you do this, let's shorten that length down a bit, is you have to kind of put this in place, or put this somewhere and then move it. So I'm basically going to line it up with the top of that piece there, and then bring it down. So it's something like that. Cool, okay, that's good. Then this is going to be really tricky here, isn't it? I don't know that I can do it here actually. Let's have a think. Okay, how about something, I don't know how I can do it going underneath the railway. I'm going to assume that it's not even going to let me attempt to put it underneath the railway. No, do you know what? Change of plan there. Let's do it just on this side of the railway. So let's hide this in here. Let's get that one over there. Then I will just raise the land over here just a little bit. Same here, in fact, just hide that. Right, this might take a little bit of practice. Okay, so it's not going to let me do it. Ah, yeah, see, this is always tricky doing this sort of thing. So I wonder, do I need to lift them up? Then get the water. Yeah, see, look, I can get the water. See, I only want the water there. That's all I need. Now, I wonder, actually. Okay, that's good. I know I can get the water in there, so that's fine. And I'm just wondering if I can smooth this bit off so that the bears can get into it from this angle as well. That would be really cool. Let me just check their terrain. Yeah, so they can get in and out there, they can get in and out there. Okay, that's good, that's good. Let's work with this then. So let's get our water in to that level. And let's see what I can do with this. Good, I can bring it right down to there. And right down to there. Okay. It's not perfect, but I can work with that. Somehow, I think. I'm assuming that's, yeah, it's deep enough for the bears, so that at least the bears will be able to get in it and do something. I love the idea that the bears just walk along the railway tracks. That is very cool. So basically what I'm going to try and do on this side, I've got to create this as a waterfall, and then it'll flow somehow along here. I'll probably use, I'll tell you what, let's get the waterfall bits done first, shall we? Because there's, hang on, sorry, I've got so many things to try and do, and I want to do it all at once. Okay, no, that's cool. Let's just map out the bottom bit of water. So this is going to be somewhere around here. Again, it doesn't need to be deep or too big. Possibly a tiny bit deeper than that though. Possibly not as deep as that. Somewhere in the middle. Here we go. There. So I'll do a waterfall coming down to that, and then I'm going to have a restaurant. I want a restaurant somehow kind of interacting with it over here somewhere, which I can look at in a minute. I don't know. No, I don't want to put water in this yet, because what I'm thinking with the restaurant is I want it to be round, because I want it to be as awkward as possible for me to build. I think 4 meters. And I want this option turned on, I think. Now I'm wondering. No, not. I was wondering whether I was going to use in-game pieces to create the wall. I liked the idea of a an observation, a glass observation thing, but to do that I've got to use that, haven't I? I've got to use the in-game bits. Yeah, okay, let's not do it round then. Let's not do it round. Okay, so let's go with, and that didn't do the whole flattened terrain thing, did it? Which, yeah. See, I don't know if I can put water in once this pathway is above it. No, is that too high? No, that looks about right. So what I'm thinking is have the restaurant do, hang on, I really ought to just put the angle snap on here. Something like that. And actually I could possibly align to grid here, couldn't I? because that creates the 4 meter round edges which I would want. So something like that. Okay. Now can I still fill this with water? Not as deep as I would like, no. Let's have a look. How deep is that? It's not particularly deep. I'll tell you what I could do though, is just make a bit of it deeper. So if I push just over here and then just have a little deep area for them as well. Yeah, that can work, because that could be where the water floods in. So they've got a shallow area to splash around in here right next to the building, and then a little deeper area here that they can go swimming in as well. Of course, I'm assuming that they go swimming. I think most bears swim. This one certainly looks interested. I mean, if they don't swim, they're at least going to drink. I'm pretty sure they do swim. We'll see. Okay, so that's the basic sort of layout of what I'm thinking, and then the habitat I may well move the entrance a bit, maybe get the entrance further over here, and the habitat side will go right up along there and up to there, so that it's not quite as big as it is at the moment. He just ran straight through the water, so clearly they do go in the water, so that's great. Right, so let's have a look at getting this sorted out. So what I want first is a few special effects. No, yes, one thing that someone said, I think it was Gardening for Health and Wellbeing, suggested having an underwater cave in this tunnel, in the side here. I'm going to do that. I think that's a great idea, and thank you so much for giving me that idea. It's fantastic. So what I'm hoping is that I can carve out a bit down here without it interrupting the ceiling. So I can have this cave where the animals will be sleeping, with a glass wall here, so that as the train comes through, people can look in and see the animals sleeping. That's the plan. And obviously it's going to be accessible from up here somewhere. Oh look, standing on his back legs. That's cool. So yeah, somehow I've got to navigate my way from this up to the surface. So let's see if I can carve something out here. Oh, okay, so there's the surface. Good. Where am I coming out? Oh, that's fine. See, so hopefully I can just smooth this off and create it as a little walkway. Might need to widen that just a little bit and level it off a little bit more, smooth it out. Right, that looks good. Let me see if they can actually get down it. Not quite. That's good. It's a good start. Let's just widen it out just a little bit more. Let's give it a smooth. Okay. Ooh, I think that's okay. Good. For now anyway, we can play around with it a bit. But yeah, so that's the idea, and then I can put down a little bit of straw for them down here. And boom, there we have an underground cave for them to come and spend the night. Oh, you are kidding me. I hate that that has an effect on that. There's no logic to that at all, is there? Why on earth does it do that? I wonder if I even need that down there. I suppose, let's have a look if this counts as shelter. Yeah, see, it counts as shelter anyway, so I'm kind of hoping that they'll still go down there, because they haven't got shelter anywhere else. So hopefully they'll still head down there and spend the night. I'll paint it, obviously, because it just looks silly having grass down there. Well, let's wait and see what happens. Hopefully they will use that. I can make that look really cool. So yeah, so thank you very much for suggesting that. That was really cool. I like that. Okay, sorry, let's get back to this. So what I want here is the waterfall top section, which I can never find. Here we go. I think this is what I want. Yeah, no. Midsection. Yeah, midsection, that's what I want. Okay. It's never, actually I probably want both, don't I? I probably want midsection and top section. So yeah, it's never easy to do this bit, but what you have to do is get this in place. So I think that's about right. Actually, did I want, I probably want the 10 meter version actually. Oh no, because that's the length, not the width. Okay, that's fine. I'll just do it doubled up like so. I think you do then want the top section because that creates the splash like that. And then you want the foam facing in the right direction, hopefully. So that it does really look like the water is flowing in that direction. That is way too high. I may drop these down a bit. The thing is, you have to hide the glass with rock. So you have to have a load of rock along here. So you kind of need the splashing fairly high, unfortunately. It's not ideally how I would want it to look, but it's just it's out of necessity, unfortunately, because you've got to hide the rocks and you've got to hide the little pieces as well. So let's come into our rocks and try to hide them, try and make it look as good as I can. I really wish there was a better way of creating this sort of thing. It seems odd that they've not put better pieces in the game. Maybe that's just me being pernickety again. As is my wish. I can't help myself. Right, I'm trying to think of interesting ways to hide these pieces without it all looking very predictable, you know. That's the problem. You've got to hide the glass, so you don't have much choice other than to cover it with rock pieces. But it can end up just looking like a little flat wall of rock. But you can try and be more creative and do this sort of thing, so at least it's not quite as simple. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? You've also got these ones out here to try and hide. So I need something not quite that big, something like that. Possibly on, yeah, I'll get that on both of them and then I'll do a bit more decorating around it. Try and make it look got to try and make it look natural, basically, which is not easy. Yeah, something like that. Okay, that's looking okay. It does look like the water is, oops, excuse me, it does look like the water is flowing in, hitting this stuff, and then flowing down and into this. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And that's not too bad. Could possibly move these pieces back just a tiny bit. The yeah, this bit here, I might just move that back because it's just sticking out the front a bit too much. I really wish there were smaller versions of those. Okay, let's cover that up again. Let's bring that in there, and then I'll do the same I think with this one, yeah, because you can see it kind of flowing out in the air there, and it just doesn't quite work, does it? Let's take that back, and let's take that back to there. Let's get this covered up. There we go. Yeah, that's looking good. Obviously, once you've got some more foliage around it as well, that will look even better. Great, that's that one done. So this is going to be a bit trickier, I think. But I'm basically going to do the same, I think. And then I think I want to try, actually no, I'll probably use this piece as the water flow under here. And I'll keep it thin like that, so it looks like it's yeah, looks like like it flows into a little, becomes a little stream. So yeah, I may have to just do a little bit of landscaping as well. But yeah, basically it's gonna flow like this. And then eventually I'll make it out. Let's just leave that there for now. Let's get, yeah, so this is going to be a bit easier because I'm only going to do it, it's going to be much, it's going to be a smaller area that I need it to flow out of. So let's get that spun in the right direction. Roughly like that. Let's bring it down just a little bit. How does that look? That looks all right. Let's go with the top piece as well. Get that splash in. See, both of them actually are very high. It is tricky because the water is very low here, and it's very hard to make it all look like it flows properly. Okay, I might just lower that a little bit more. Yeah, that's a bit better. And obviously I can play around with the other end in a minute. Okay, that's that done. Let's also get the rapids in. Okay, let's make sure they're actually on the water. Does that look about right? Yeah, pretty much. And let's take that back a bit and let's center it to about there. Okay, good. Let's do a bit of rock work again then. Just wondering if I can use one of these along here. Not sure if this is going to look a bit too big. Whoops, wrong way. It's not actually covering much up. Can I work with that? Create. Yeah, I can work with that. Okay. Then I can create little bits like that sticking out the top. That looks good. Let's get one there. And then let's get a couple of bigger bits further back here. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I still need to cover that glass. It's going to have to be something like this, unfortunately. I didn't want to have to do it, but that's what you got to do. It'd be lovely if you could use a null barrier with water. But it just doesn't work like that. You see, you can make it look good. That does look like the water's flowing. It's hitting the rocks and then it's coming sort of over them and through them. So it's not the end of the world. It's just not perfect. But that's fine. Cool. Right, and then you just got to play around with covering up all the rest of it, which is all pretty straightforward. And that's, well, it's not really something that I was planning on doing immediately. I'll just do a little bit of it, I think. Yeah. Right. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? That's our little pond in place. So yeah, lots of detailing to be done. I'm hoping the animals can still come down here. Right. Let's just do a little bit of painting here. See what I can get this to look like. Okay. So I like this. Obviously, I can detail that. What I do need to do is find the next piece. Here we go. Let's unbury that. Okay, yep, that looks good. Let's get that painted. Right, let's continue this onwards. Actually, I might just do a shorter one there, just so it doesn't all look a bit the same, you know. Let's get one more there, and the last one like that. There we go. There is our little stream. Now let me just check. I want to be checking this as I go along. They're traversable area. Yeah, good. They can actually walk all over these, which is great, and they can still come down into the water. Oh, look at that! He's investigating it already. Standing on the water, very clever. And I like that we've got the train coming down right on top of it like that. I think that looks really nice. Very picturesque. Cool. Yeah, pretty happy with that actually. I could do with an effect here, so I'm going to need a splash, which is waterfall bottom. Something like that. Just, oh, look at that. That's actually the right height already. Yeah, that looks good. So then I can do some effect, not effects, I can do some rocks around that. How does it look here? Do I need more splashing? No, I think that one looks fine. And obviously these ones are only shallow anyway, so again, absolutely fine. Just saw a little bit of grass in there. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so I think probably back here I need to be hiding this with some rocks as well. I'll get the traditional cover rock in to hide that. And then get a few bits and pieces around here, try and make it all look good. Maybe some flat bits in here. Don't really want to ruin the depth of the pond here, but I also need this rock to look like it's not floating in the air. So that's good. Right, let's just check that out. How does it look? Pretty good. Let's just finish it off. Over here, over here. Yeah, okay, that's cool. And then I'll fill rocks all the way up the side here as well. But hopefully I should be able to do it in such a way that the animals will hopefully still be able to cross over in places. That's kind of the hope. So that's the landscaping for the pond, at least, for the pond and the stream. Kind of in place. Our restaurant will go here. I'm not entirely sure how I'm building this yet. But I'll have a pathway coming in the back. Let's have a look at the barrier, because this clearly now needs to be changed. Yeah, so what I think, I want it coming along here, but I'll probably just bring it to this edge here. So let's just do a bit of editing on this. If you can hear a bit of music in the background, I apologise, that's my doorbell going off. Someone is posting something through the door. I'm hoping my girlfriend will be checking that out. Right, let's just, oh look, that's gone way wrong. Okay, let's bring it, actually no. I think that probably, okay like that. Let's bring, oh that's not going to work there, is it? Okay, hang on. Oh, that didn't. Why is it not letting me move this? Oh, there we go. I'm never very good at moving these things. Hang on, is that? There we go, like that. I probably want the barrier to go right in here by the restaurant. And then back out again. So I'll take this. Okay, let's add another one in here. So let's take it to the edge of the restaurant. Something like that. And then I guess over here, let's just, yeah, let's keep it relatively narrow up here. I want the animals to be able to still come up here, so I don't want it too narrow. Yeah, and then down the back there like that. I think that looks a bit more reasonable. Let's just check that I haven't messed anything up. Yeah, that's good. They've still got a really nice area. They can still go in multiple directions everywhere. So yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's a bit more reasonable. It gives me a lot of choice for what other things I can do up here as well. Definitely want more animals around here leading up to the train station at the top. Oh, look, he's having a swim. Nice. Cool. Okay, well, that is going to do it, I think, for this episode. Actually, I've just got to reconnect this up temporarily, make sure my people can actually get in here. Let's just get rid of the railing. What? Why on earth are you not letting me build a path? It's very strange sometimes, this game. Really? See, and then it builds it automatically. Oh, so if anyone understands this game, if you could explain it to me, that would be fantastic. Anyway, right, I'm going to leave the episode there. I think we are making some good progress with our bear habitat. I think next episode I'll probably add a couple more bears in, just because it's fun watching them run around. If you've got any ideas, please do let me know. If you like the idea of what I'm doing here with the cave. Oh look, the bear's in the cave. It does work. That's awesome. Yeah, so that is going to be fantastic as a little cave bedroom area down there. We have our lower lake, we have our upper lake, and we have a little stream and waterfall system connecting the two. So there we go. That is really, really cool. I'm really enjoying this habitat so far. It's going to look fantastic once it's done. Still not entirely sure how I'm sorting out this back area. I may do something. This is quite a nice little sort of dip in the cliff here. I'm not sure what I want to do with that. It feels like it needs something there. But at the same time, I might just smooth it down a bit so it's a bit easier for the bears to come down here. Not sure yet. I may also try and get a bit of enrichment back here somewhere to encourage them to actually come down here. But yeah, we shall have to see about that. Not really seeing the bears coming out onto the railway yet. I reckon they will do at some point, especially if I get more of them in there, because they can come right down here if they want to. It'd be lovely to see them down here. See if I can get a bit of enrichment right over here somewhere, try and encourage them down here. I think that'd be really, really cool. But we'll see. We'll just keep an eye on them and see what they do. So I'm going to leave the episode there. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit the like button for me. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then please do. And you'll get all the updates for when I release the videos. I'm still going daily at the moment with these videos because I'm having so much fun in Pine Valley Zoo. I am also recording a bit ahead of time. So I'm recording this one on Tuesday night and it's probably not coming out until Friday or Saturday. So I am a few days in advance, which is how I like to do it, so that I've always got some episodes in the bank ready to go out. But let's leave it there. So thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate your company and I hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next time, take care and I will see you soon.